Let's see. YouTube.
I get some.
Oh, didn't I come out on the Twitter page?
You did.
Yeah, there it is. I just saw. Yep, I just saw it pop. So let's see. Damn, she don't like the tweet already. So Christina's already. She's already.
Oh yeah, you know.
She's already. She's already on it. Okay, so let's see. Did you catch it on Twitter? Did you catch it?
I haven't even. I'm not even on Twitter. Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Like,
So it's up there. Trying to see how can I share it. Which let's see. Share. Yeah, next direct message. Does that work? Did you see that?
yeah, you shared the tweet.
All right, cool beans. All right. I think switch this back to control. Let's see. Oh, not that. I'd be so glad when I be able to get me a new tablet. I need one so desperately. Okay. I think we're ready. Here we go. Smart Guyz theme, right? That's what I'm looking for. Yeah.
That's the Periscope.
Yeah.
You know, like it's not on YouTube at all.
Yeah, it is. Hold up. I gotta slow it down. Okay, it looked like Zoom is being weird. It looked like you're stuck. You see that?
No,
It looked
I'm
fine.
still moving.
It looked fine on your end.
Yeah, everything look good to me.
Oh, so mine is being weird. Okay, hold on. See if we can fix it real quick.
Let's see.
Okay, come on. Don't be like this tonight.
All right, let's see. Boom, got that. Boom, got that.
Yeah, see, it's stuck. Okay, there we go. Huh. Oh Lord.
Is the show's still going?
Yeah, no, I just had to redo Zoom real quick, but I can't get it to. Okay, there it goes. It's back in place, but see the one in the middle, the stream is actually doing fine. Let me just switch the scene real quick. Okay, are you in your chair?
Yeah.
You are in your chair?
Yeah.
See, it ain't showing you in your chair. It ain't showing you in your chair. Okay, we can't start like that. Okay, hold on. Let's see there.
Oh, yeah. It looked like I'm not there.
Yeah. Can't start like that there. Okay, let's start. Let's start it again. Oh, and I didn't even press. That's good because I didn't even press the record button on the recorder. So the podcast, the audio.
I can still like see the game, see the show.
Yeah, it's good because no, I'm not gonna start that part over. I'm just gonna make sure that I got the recording good. Let's see, live feed. There we go. All right, I'm gonna put my joint back up real quick. Let's see. Man, hopefully my screens ain't all jacked up. All right, here we go. All right, and they are jacked up just like I thought they would be. Oh, Christina Cooper's in the comment section. What's happening?
Already.
Okay, cool. So let's just run through this here real quick. Even though we're live on the air, we shouldn't be doing this while we're live on the air. Oh no, that looked good. Except for Let's see, where's Keon. There you go. And then what about here? That's good. What about here? Wait for Keon up here. Boom. Okay. All right. Let's try this again, y'all. Here we go. This time I got to make sure I hit record on the board. Okay, here we go. And record. And what is going on, everybody? What is happening? We're back, Keon. We're back. It's been.
Yo, turn the music down real quick.
Okay, here we go.
Wow.
There you go. Yeah, man. It's been a few years, man. It's been since 2017, I think it was. I think
4 whole years out the business.
It's been a hot minute, man. But look, you're looking good, bro. You're looking good.
Thank you.
Yeah, you know.
Thank you.
Yes.
Hey, your boy's still sexy out here.
That's how
We're
we
still
do
doing
it, right? Welcome, everybody who decided to come and join us for this rebirth of a classic. This is the tech podcast known as Smart Guyz. I'll be your boy, Smart Guy, Big Q. And once again, after a long hiatus, I'm joined by...
Your boy, Keon X, killing it.
Man, it's been a long time. Christina Cooper is in the building. Long time, diehard, smart girl. So good to see you. It's been a while since we got a chance to do stuff like this. But man, what a time to do it, right? In the middle of the COVID-19 global pandemic. A lot of crazy stuff going on. Okay, we got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to catch up on. A lot of weird stuff going on in the tech world at the moment. There's some stuff happening that we can discuss. So let's let everybody that Smart Guyz diehards know what's been going on with Keon X over the last 3.5 years. You know?
Oh man, we starting with me. All right. No, I mean, I moved. I don't know. I think we were still shooting before I moved, or after I moved last time we shot. I'm in Asheville, a couple of hours away from you now. Living by myself, enjoying not having roommates, man, so much. Got a dog. You can't see him, but he's right here.
Okay.
German Shepherd up in the building.
Nice.
I almost completely have gotten rid of Google. Like
really?
I don't dual wield phones anymore. I only rock an iPhone right now.
Wow.
My whole smart home is like 75% Apple HomeKit stuff. I still got a couple Google Home things I need to get rid of.
That is amazing.
Yeah, I've been diving into photography lately, trying to get out of this 9 to 5, trying to do my thing around with the camera.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, man, just living, in a relationship, living my best life, being happy and all that, killing it.
I'm glad to see it, man. I'm glad to see it. I'm glad to see you doing your thing, man. Look, listen, I had some issues. I had some issues with I had to go to the hospital for a little bit.
What happened?
Got diagnosed as a very young type 2 diabetic. So, but it's all good. I'm learning how to control it. I learned a lot of things about myself over the last couple of years that I didn't know.
That's good.
One of them is getting older sucks. That is definitely true. Right? I know that firsthand, right?
Hey, man, I'm about to hit my 30s. I'm about to live my best life.
Hey, listen, the 30s are the best life. But it was when you hit 40, things come to a screeching halt. You know what I'm saying? But once I realized that I couldn't aim as I used to, it kind of hit you kind of hard. And then you get the realization that you're not a spring chicken no more and all that kind of stuff. But you know what? I've been having a good time. I got with Samsung. I'm full blown 100% Samsung.
I've seen it. I've seen it on Twitter. I've seen it on Instagram. Everything in the house, Samsung, right?
Yes, I've been working with Samsung now for about 3 years. If you don't count the 6 months that I was home due to COVID or whatever, you know what I mean? So I've been enjoying it. I've been having a good time being a brand ambassador. It's been one of the best gigs I think I've ever had in my life. Yeah, it's a lot of bias and stuff, but I'm enjoying it though. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of cool being able to swag out a bunch of stuff to kind of make people see things with their technology they didn't even know was going on. So it's been good, man. I've been enjoying myself, man. It's been great. Joshua AB is in the building. He's one of my fellows. Hey, in fact, Keon, that's why I was so surprised to hear you say that you are 100% like what, like almost Google free, because I was just talking to Josh. I was telling him about you, like he was one of the who was going to be the co-host or whatever, and I was telling him how you really got me into the whole Android thing, and I was telling him, I was like, he's an Android dude through and through, but he fools with Apple. But we trying to, so you telling me that things different? What's going on, man?
I'm trying to let you all know,
what
like
is going on?
it wasn't even like a big old switch. It was a slow change, and it's still going. But wow. I've always loved my Mac. I got rid of Windows a long time ago because I can't stand Windows.
Wow.
Got my Mac. Okay, Mac is nice.
Yeah.
Started doing a lot of camera stuff. I've been holding two phones since iPhone 5, and then whatever next was out then. And everything started getting easier with like photography and with like technology, just switching back and forth from the Mac to the iPhone, Mac to iPhone, Mac to iPhone, AirPlay, AirDrop, all of that.
Yeah.
Got the Apple TV, a nice little thing to have.
Wow.
Get the iPad, and everything is just starting to click a little bit better. And and I'm just like, okay, let me see where this takes off. And I got out of the game, I got out of the rooting game, I got out of the ramen game. Started not even customizing the phone, and then I just realized I don't need all the options. Android has options. Like I can't take that away. Android, you can customize. You can have whatever type of phone you have, the foldables, the flips, the big stuff, small stuff, all of it. I don't need all that. I just need something simple that's gonna work. It's gonna be fast. It's gonna be quick. The one thing I don't like about Apple is you gotta pay to play. Like
you gotta pay to play.
It ain't no joke. It's like Samsung. Samsung, you gotta pay to play sometimes.
Yes. We getting there. We're gonna talk about that a little bit later. But I'm just saying, like, I am thoroughly surprised here. I wasn't expecting this. I really was not.
Like 2 years ago was my last Android phone.
Yeah.
I only have my Google Home with the screen, smart clock with the screen on it. So that's the only reason I have those, because I have a screen. I haven't put a screen yet. And of course, Google software, Google's bread and butter is.
Right. Wow, that is amazing. That is amazing. I never thought I'd see the day. I'd see the day.
Like Apple said, it just works. I don't know why. It just works. It works.
And you know how I feel about that slogan, right?
It just works, dude. I can't help it.
No, it's terrible, man. No, it's not. Listen. I have these debates, with my customers and my clients and other folks who I work with. We have these debates and stuff. And listen, you know me, Keon. I've never touched it. I never sampled the goods. So I really, my opinion is really kind of like it's super biased, because I can.
You're on the outside looking in, though.
Right.
Like,
you know what I mean? Yeah.
Step inside for a second.
You know what? It's so weird. This is the thing. People ask me all the time, well, why haven't you done it? Like, what turns you away? Like, how come you never picked up an Apple device? And it's simple for me. It's boring. And you know this.
I mean, and that's why I enjoy it right now, because it's simple. Like,
we've had this discussion many a times, right? It's just nothing ever has been exciting enough for me to be like, that might be worth a shot,
And for like the past 10 years, Apple's never they're not I'm gonna do this first. Let's do it big and bright. They're like, no, let's hold on.
Right. Yeah,
wait a second. Wait till things settle down and get stable, and then we'll jump on.
Yeah, but it's funny because like my company, I was so proud to say like these bold things. When we was doing the show last time, and it's so weird. When I was prepping for the show this week, I went back and looked at a bunch of our old stuff, man, and we were so bleeding edge. Like a lot of the things that we spoke about then are normal things now, like foldable devices and smart home tech and all the stuff that we was talking about back in the day. It's like it's straight up normal, like every day. You don't even think about it no more. But we was talking about it like it was the newest, greatest thing ever, And I don't know, man. It's times have changed a little bit. You take them, moved ahead. Everybody kind of seemed to be kind of catch, especially now during this global pandemic, and that's where we're going to start the show at right here. We're going to start talking about the pandemic and how. Basically, for me, I sat at home for about 6 months, 6 or 7 months, and I actually got a chance to see technology kind of step into these places where folks didn't know what to do. Education and how to get together for like services like church services. I had a Zoom wedding at my house, Keon. I did.
What?
Yes, my wife's niece, where they, her and her fiance was planning on getting married, this year, but of course with the COVID and everything got thrown off. So we ended up having to transform the house, and of course I got to set up the Zoom cameras all over the place, and and we had the wedding here at the house.
That's crazy. That's amazing, though.
It was pretty amazing, you know what I mean? But just thinking about that for you, from your perspective, 2020 and now in the beginning of 2021, with the global pandemic, what have you noticed or seen and observed? Seeing how people have kind of like used tech to kind of get us through this. What you think about?
I mean, it's rough because for the past 6 years I've worked from home, so the pandemic didn't hit me as hard as it hit some of my friends, some of my loved ones, my family. So of course, I've seen people use Zoom. Besides our show, I have never touched Zoom in my life.
Right.
Like I've never needed to use it. My job doesn't require it. We do something else. I even forgot what it was. But I've never had to use that. But Zoom blew up out of nowhere. Zoom's been a thing for a while, but it's always been like a low key. Yeah. Skype has been overdoing things. Google Hangouts was doing things, but for some reason, I guess Zoom is just easy to jump in, jump out, and do your thing.
Yeah.
Zoom skyrocketed.
They did, man. They actually, it's funny because we were using Zoom years ago. To do our show and do other things that we said. We was using Hangouts. Basically, we was just using these apps before, but with the pandemic, there were people like kind of leaned on Zoom really hard. Number one, it was multi-platform, so you can use it on anything, and people were kind of using it for, like I said, we use it for a wedding. They use it for church services. They use it for education. It's crazy how that company went from a little company that was barely making it by to now they almost like the number one telecommunications company in the world right now. And then Microsoft had to rework their strategy. Skype is pretty much dead, and Microsoft Teams is kind of what they're working on.
Skype being almost non-existent is crazy to me. I don't understand.
Yeah.
I feel like this should have been their time to just be like, hey.
Yeah.
But I guess it's because you got usernames, passwords, affiliations, and things like that. It's just like a number.
You need a number. That's all you need. Throw a number, and boom, everybody is. And I've watched it develop, and I've watched it actually advance, especially during the pandemic, where they're giving users more control. Like what we're doing with that wedding was crazy, man. Being able to separate these people from those people, and and then we had the people who were invited to the wedding who was able to interact on Zoom, and then also be able to live stream the whole entire thing via YouTube and Facebook and things like that. It was pretty amazing the way it was able to pull that off. I thought that was a really cool way to do it. The kids been home from school. A lot of them are being doing this thing from home, and this is what I find amazing, Keon, is that a lot of them are adapting to this Zoom telecommunication education platform a lot easier than I thought they would.
And, well, I mean, for some of it, I know a few family members and friends and stuff that this is their kids' first year in the school, so this is all they really know right now.
Yeah,
which is crazy because I couldn't imagine having a year to switch from the way we have school to this.
Yes, absolutely. It was nuts, right? Can you imagine? I know I would have been somewhere playing Madden.
Yeah, I know I've been home at work or just been home chilling or whatever.
Yeah.
Got like TVs going on or, a computer over here. So there's no way I would have paid the same amount of attention. No way.
Right. Absolutely right. So we got Kyle Bailey in the chat said Zoom just immediately hopped on the school university market and did absolutely. They took advantage of it.
And I don't know if you know, but the show Catfish on MTV, they started using Zoom.
Right.
And so that's a nationwide show. And you're saying the word Zoom and jumping the Zoom call. You're saying that 20, 15 times a show.
Yeah.
It's just so much publicity that they don't even have to.
It then became a pronoun and a verb like Google, right? Like Google. Let's hop into
Skype got cut and Zoom just jumped in that place.
They did, man. It's crazy. It's nuts. And then of course we have like I said, the education stuff was going on, and then like the food and restaurant. Like of course, a lot of restaurants were closed, so we couldn't go and have dates and do dinner and the movie and all that. So we saw, Disney Plus, HBO Max all these things kind of coming to fruition. Uber purchased DoorDash, and I forgot who did.
Oh, I didn't think of that.
Yeah, Uber purchased Uber has DoorDash, and who got the other one? I forgot who did Postmates. Somebody else got Postmates, but they've been swallowed. Because Postmates and DoorDash were the ones that kind of started it, right? And now these bigger companies have swallowed them up, and that's been a battle with the food delivery front and the streaming entertainment. So if you notice this, in 2021, we didn't have no big movie releases, right? I think it was Tenet and Wonder Woman are the two main ones that I can think of.
I guess Wonder Woman came out like on Christmas Day or whatever.
Right. So those were, and I think Tenet, right? Those were the two main ones.
Tenet came out.
So everything got pushed to the back burner, right? And they had to figure out how. Oh no, I forgot about Mulan. Mulan was the first one, right?
Yeah.
And how do you make money off these movies? Like they shot these movies, big budget, multi-million-dollar movies, and you can't even show them in the movie theater because of COVID.
No, the actors. So a lot of the actors are mad just because a lot of the deals that are going on, just like HBO getting the rights to all the Marvel movies, and getting the rights to a lot of things. So HBO, movies are still coming out in theaters slowly, somewhat, right, but they're coming out on demand the same day, which is twofold. One, for HBO, great, getting people to buy into your streaming system. Even though most people are going to be sharing their accounts with, friends and family. Right. You still have people coming in.
That's what they were afraid of. But then, of course, you see how they jack the prices up on the movies, right?
I mean, yeah, but you still get money regardless. Like, even if your people are sharing. The bad part about it is, if you're putting stuff on stream, people are going to steal it. Like, you got to take account of that. Yes. Like, we all remember Game of Thrones was like the widest stolen show. Like, it came out on HBO, the finale, and it's like a million people stole it or something.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, we know that the stealing's going to happen, but you are inviting more people into your service. Right. So it's just like, you got to take the wins with the losses with that. But some of the actors are upset because, you work a year, 2 years acting and getting this movie ready for it to just be on people's TV, for you to get like a little bit of a pay cut because you're not getting that big stream release. So, that's right.
I don't know. It's rough out there, man. That right there, the movie and entertainment industry, I think, took a huge hit. And then the whole delays of shooting and all that. Like one of my favorite shows, Power, book 2, they had to delay that. Stop shooting in the middle of it. And then picked up shooting after us, right? And so you had all that going on, right? Yeah. Then you have, online shopping. I'm going to tell you, the time that I was at home, those 6 or 7 months that I was at home, I am not going to lie. I spent more money during that time than I have in the last 4 years in a stretch. I'm telling you, in 2020, I probably spent somewhere close to about $15,000 online.
Just on like tech stuff, or like fixing up the house,
all the podcast stuff that I bought. I bought everything in this room was pretty much noon. It's just I took up cooking while I was at home, so like I bought a whole bunch of cooking stuff. Like spent a lot of money online at home. Because I was just sitting at home chilling. I couldn't go out, couldn't go nowhere, so I just bought stuff. Yeah,
exactly. I mean, we're not spending the money on going out, taking your lady out on a date, going to the movies, going shopping. You're not spending your money on like I haven't redone my closet. Like all my clothes are still, old clothes because I haven't needed new clothes to go anywhere. So all this money, like Amazon probably blew up this year. Like, probably the best year Amazon's ever had. Like,
absolutely. I guarantee you they had a wonderful year in 2020. They were one of the companies that did not really face a whole lot of negativity during this whole global pandemic. But then we saw the rise, and this is another one of those things that people are kind of upset about. It ties into another thing that we could probably do a little bit on this show, but we'll talk about it on another show, where contactless digital payments have become like that's the thing now, because we can't touch each other. Nobody's spending no cash. Ain't nobody going in their wallet pulling out no bills and stuff like that. And in the middle of all this, Samsung decided to remove the MST feature that made them famous out of their new device. But again, another conversation for another day. But
nobody used except for you and your 5 friends.
Listen, I'm just saying, it is what it is. I love it. But due to COVID, the rest of the world finally caught up, and I don't know if MST is as important as it was 3 years ago. You see what I'm saying? I don't know if
I doubt it. I mean, because MST was originally wasn't that you didn't have to have a specific like the Apple Pay, Google Pay. You didn't have to have a specific terminal for that. You just any terminal works.
Any terminal.
But now Apple Pay has gotten bigger.
Yeah,
I'm sure Google Pay has gotten bigger. people's credit card, debit cards with the NFC in the card itself. That's gotten more popular.
Yeah. And I think when they changed the credit cards to contactless, that's when everything kind of pretty much, it's just every once in a while, when you can't even really say that now because ain't nobody moving around, so ain't nobody on vacation. But normally you would be on vacation in the Bahamas somewhere, it'd be some dude selling souvenirs. All he got is some weird little old,
like the little square, or
some 1930s antique. Oh, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So it's stuff like
respect
that.
The hustle.
Right, you gotta respect the hustle, right? So there's that.
Looks like Kyle said that the actors normally get a bonus if they make a certain amount in the movie theaters. So if they're not doing that, in the theaters, then that's money they're missing out of.
Yeah. So Chelsea Teague is in the building. She says this was their best year, which is why Bezos is like, it's time for me to dip. Yeah, he done made so much dough. His pockets dragging the ground. Ain't no more money. I mean, like.
Well, I mean, he's not. So he's leaving being the CEO, but he's still going to be in the board of directors or whatever. So he's still going to have power, right? But he's not gonna take the scrutiny anymore. He's like, yo,
imagine looking at his bank account, just like I think that a glimpse or screenshot of his bank account would give me a heart attack. I don't think it would.
Well, I don't know if you heard, but Bezos got dethroned as the richest man in the world. Now it's Musk.
Right. Yeah, it's
regardless though, either one of them, I'm not looking at their daily expenses. I'm not looking at. I can't.
So here I am, like at lunch, trying to figure out where I can go get a burger that's under, a meal under $15. I don't want to spend over $15 for lunch, and these dudes like $15. What?
Like I dropped $15 to keep walking. Like, what do you mean?
Right.
Like, what?
Use $15 to blink. You know what I mean? Right.
No, they make thousands of dollars a day. You know what I'm saying? Living.
It's ridiculous, man. So the other thing we go into is we're going to remote work, which you used to do, but I did a little bit when they first sent me home in March. They sent us home, and we did, for the first 3 months, we did a bunch of stuff from home. Microsoft actually shuttered all their retail doors and everybody who worked retail, because, I don't know if you remember the homie we used to work with at Best Buy, Lorenzo, he's a Microsoft guy. Well, now he's doing Azure Small Business. So they actually had to rework their whole retail strategy because they shut every store that they had, which wasn't a whole lot of them anyway. Anybody. So nobody from Microsoft Retail lost their jobs, but they all went home, and they all doing Azure Small Business from home now. I don't know exactly what it entails. I don't know what they do, but nobody lost their job, though. I thought it was dope.
Apple and Apple did the same thing. Yeah. They shut down all their stores. Even to this day, it's not all the stores are open, and some of the stores that are open, they're not even allowing people to walk in. Like, you just have to walk by the windows, like a walk-through, drive-through type of thing.
Yeah.
And they did the same thing. Like, they shut down all the stores, sent people home to do at-home customer service and at-home sales and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And knowing people in the industry is not, some people aren't made out for it. No. And I've always thought that when I started working from home. It can be good. It can be nice. You can work in your pajamas or whatever, right. Eat whenever. It has its benefits, but some people need to be out. Some people need to be around other people. Yes. Some people need to have that connection with your customers. So this, the virus and everything shutting things down. It may at first seem like, oh, I get to be at home all day, like my kids, my pets, my food, whatever. Yeah. But sometimes it's like, all right, this is enough. We need to work something out.
That's how it was for me. Like I at first when I got sent home and was doing work from home stuff, it was great. It was dope. I didn't have to drive all the way to Gastonia every day. It was pretty good stuff, right? And then after about 3 months for me, like not having that because I'm a very customer oriented person, and not having that one-on-one interaction with the clients and the customers, it was driving me crazy. So we got to July, and the note launch was looming. It was close. It was like I saw the note launch coming. It was getting closer and closer and closer. And I was like, oh, well, note launch is coming. Samsung is going to bring us back for the note launch or whatever. So I'm getting prepared to go back for the note launch or whatever. And guess what? We didn't get no call for the note launch. They launched it. I don't know exactly how that went down. I don't know, right? I guess it was a soft launch or whatever, but we didn't get called back for that. You know what I mean? I came back to work a week after Black Friday. That's when I came back to work.
But didn't you guys have like a launch, like an event thing?
Well, they had an event. They had an event. Okay. Everything went normal except for there were no foot soldiers on the launch like it normally is. There was no people on the ground, so it was a little bit weird. So, but I was like losing my mind because the launch was just getting closer and closer. You know, I was ready to go because my two favorite times of the year. My number one favorite time of the year is note launch. That's my favorite time of the year. And
I mean, not Christmas or your birthday or anything like that.
Note launches is my favorite time of the year. I call me a nerd, call what you want to, but
okay, but as long as you know.
But note launch, and I'm telling you, I was losing my mind because I wasn't part of that. I was going crazy, you know what I mean? But finally, I got the call. I was like, bro, look, everything's safe, everything is looking okay. Best Buy done did this, that, and the third, and enacted these safety precautions, blah, blah, blah. We got to get the forehead tested and all that stuff every day. And you guys come back to work. And I was glad to come back to work, but I was also very, very nervous because my first day back, being at home for the last 7 months, I hadn't been around a whole lot of people, except for going to the grocery store every week or whatever. So that first day back, I stood at the counter, and I watched them open those doors, and those people came into the building, and they started touching shit. And I lost it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh no.
You got to get a feel for the tech that you're about to use.
Oh my God. I was like, I'm not going to be able to do this. I'm not going to be able to do it, right? So I'm over there like, buffing the phones like every 2 minutes or whatever, right? And I'm just like, oh, this is disgusting. You know what I'm saying? Like,
when you're looking for it, you'll learn and see like how gross it could be.
Well, yeah, it was pretty disgusting. It took me about 3 days to kind of get my bearings. You know what I'm saying? Right? Took me a couple days.
You still gotta wipe everything down. It's just like it's just easier for you to see it happen.
Because I just wasn't used to seeing that many people, and I just couldn't believe they were touching things, and that blew my mind because like in the last 7 months, all I heard was keep this clean, disinfect, sanitize, blah blah. Keep the spray down, wear your mask, and the mask that's a whole nother. Yes.
I was about to say, really? I'd be surprised if people wearing masks.
It was crazy. It was crazy, man. Like that first week back was rough, man. And it was in the middle of the shopping season too. It was pretty bad. But but I think we're making it through the pandemic. We're starting to get the vaccinations rolling out, and it looked like they're kind of getting a grip on what's going on now. With some other things working in the background, new strains and stuff that's popping up here and there. We'll see. Mm-hmm. I think 2021 will probably be like us kind of figure out how to get out of. I think COVID-19 is going to be something that's always going to be around. I don't think we ever going to completely shake it. But I think we're going to learn how to deal with it, like we have with smallpox and chickenpox and influenza and things like that. But we'll see. We'll see. It's I think we're getting close to the end of it though. But will things ever go back to the way they were? Will we ever jam pack into a movie theater to see the Avengers again like that? Me personally, I won't be there. I won't be there. I just let you know that I'm not going to. I'm not doing it.
I know a couple of things like. I've heard about COVID-19 is going to be pretty much like the flu. Like we're always going to have like a little flare-up period, and it's never going to go away. It's like, but we'll be able to handle it. We'll be able to get back to a little bit of some normalcy. But I mean, I know that me and my lady have gone to the movies twice in the pandemic, maybe 3 times in the pandemic.
Very
but like we do, she's in the comments too. She is, super clean, super, sanitizing everything going on. And then, of course, we're wearing masks. Of course, we're not near people. They have y'all spread out and everything. So we're as safe as we can be. But I don't know about,
I'm talking about a packed house on opening night.
I've seen movie theaters where people are standing because there's no seats and they still have to watch a movie. That's not going to happen again.
Remember the Black Panther release? When was that? Was that 2018? Black Panther?
Somewhere around there.
Yeah, and I remember going to that movie theater. And it was like sardines up in that joint. You know what I mean? But I know I'll never put myself in a situation like that again. I don't think that would happen. You know what I mean? But
I think movie theaters should start even like separating seats. Like every movie theater, put on the little couch seats and then separate them. Like make it easy on y'all, make it easy on us. But you're gonna make less money.
That's how it starts, and then you realize you're losing all this money because you only have 40% capacity, and then you start easing more chairs in there.
40% is better than 0%. That's all I'm saying.
It is. I mean, at least you can still make some money, right? It is what it is. Okay, so it's time to address the elephant in the room. I know you really. you really, I want your take on this because, okay, so let's rewind the clock back to iPhone 12. Okay,
let's go.
Okay, iPhone 12 comes out, and Apple's like, yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and just take this charging brick out of the box because you guys are just filling up landfills with these things, and it's hurting the environment and the ducks and stuff.
Excuse.
Hey, listen, I'm just telling you what it is, right? Okay, it is what it is. So then they did that, and then customers were pissed, and they still are pissed. I see it every day when I'm at work. And then Samsung said, "Oh, look at Apple. They look at them, right? Like look, doing the." And then S21 comes out, and guess what they say? Well, you guys have a million of these things, and they're piling up in landfills, and the ducks are dying, and so on and so forth, right? So, right. So here we go, right? The two biggest cell phone manufacturers have said, you guys don't need power brick chargers in your boxes because you got a million of them. But here's the kicker, right? Well, first, let me just give you my take on it. Then I'm gonna get yours, okay? Like first, when Apple did it, I didn't expect anything less because that's an Apple douchebag move, right? That's what they do, right? Okay.
How you can be calling Apple douchebag out here?
Hold up. Hear me out. So listen, it's one thing. I don't care about removing the charger because I'm one of them kind of people. I got a drawer full of them, right? I don't care. You know what I mean? But don't do this. Don't change it where I need to have this new one because you done changed it. You done made it USB-C where you can finally plug into other things beside Apple stuff. That's great. But now on the eve of that, your thing worked. But now you want to take the plug out of the box? You should have did that last year, right? Okay, so that's my issue. My issue is that they changed the plug and then told us you got to buy it separate for $19.99. Now, let's fast forward to January. Here's Samsung, right? So, Apple's a douchebag for doing such and such as X, Y, and Z, and now they did it, right? And so now I can't justify, and I'm pro Samsung 100%. Like I can't justify that because they did the same exact thing. It's not a USB-A brick; it's a USB-C brick. It is the same one that they had when the last phone, like the S20 series, right? No, actually, it's had a USB-C as well.
20 series had USB-C.
Well, not on the brick end. Not on the brick end. The brick end still had USB-A. The 20 series, the 20 series had. That's why they changed it to the C. So at least they didn't surprise. But then again, Samsung customers don't upgrade every year like that. It's usually every 3 years that they upgrade. You know what I'm saying? So them people didn't have the right charges either. So, but that's my issue with it. I think it's a scumbag move only because you changed it then removed it. If it was the same old busted stuff. Yeah, I don't care. Take it out of the box. I could care less. You know what I mean? But don't change
Your boy Josh is saying it was the 10 series that had the USB-A. 20 series started the USB-C.
Right. Exactly. That's what I was saying. Yeah. Okay. That's what I was saying. Yeah. So I think all the 20s had the C, but the 10 series were the last ones with the A brick, right? But yes, that's what I'm saying. So listen, I don't care that the charger is missing, but don't change it and make me have to buy the new one. If you're telling me that I got I'm sitting on plenty of these, which I am. I can't use them on my new phone. So what's the point, right? So that's my take. I think, like I said, I think the removal of the brick is a good thing, but not now. The timing is bad for both companies. I think it was a douchebag move on Apple's part to do it in the beginning, and I think it was a scumbag move on Samsung's part for copying them. Right?
Well, they got different names. Well, I think they both be douchebags.
No, they can't do that.
Okay, so my take on it. Well, first of all, Apple and Samsung, I don't know if anybody listening, they're not the only people that have taken out the chargers. Xiaomi has nobody. So you're exempt if you just don't have an iPhone or a Samsung, like you're not. Everybody's gonna fall in line eventually. But the first thing is Apple was saying, oh, the environment, like you got to have a million of these, blah, blah, blah. Yet in Brazil, they're still selling the chargers because they have to. And I think one other country, they still have to sell the chargers. So it's not like the environment or anything. And I mean, for me, it would be better if you're not going to include it in the box, have it. So like if I trade in 2 chargers, I get a C, do some type of trade-in program. That helps things out a lot.
Especially because if you're talking about it's an environmental thing, let's get more of these back off the street, right?
Yeah, you can recycle or repurpose, do whatever you got to do. But yeah, you're right. Apple did it, whereas up until this year, all of our chargers for the phones have been the 5-watt USB-A chargers. And then there's like people got 5 of these in their drawers. And it's right, some of us, I don't know if I have any, I've been trying to move all of USB-C, but I have plenty of chargers, and you can still use the old charger
Yes.
with your phone if you have the cable, because the cable in the box doesn't fit. So you can still use the old charger. You just got to make sure you have an old cable, or you got to go buy yourself a new charger, which would make your phone charge faster. So it's definitely a shifty thing.
And then what about this, Keon? On both companies' case. So like you just said, like even with the new Samsung phones that just came out, you can still use your old chargers all the way back to Samsung Series 8s, right? That's when I first switched over to USB-C, right? So you can still use them, but what about the new customers that you just happen to woo over from Apple, right? They ain't got nothing, right? And you tell them, oh, well, we convinced you to drop everything that you was doing over there, and we're glad that you came home. But look, I'm gonna need $19.
Or just like the everyday customer, because we're tech heads. We're a small, loud minority. I upgrade my phone every year. I think you upgrade your phone once or twice a year, something like that.
Yeah, it's getting closer now, but yeah, definitely once a year.
No, for us, it's not that big of a deal. But like, my mom, she's been upgrading her phone like every 2 years, but she wouldn't have the right charger. I don't think she still has a 10 series, so she doesn't have the right charger. My lady, she just upgraded her phone, so I think it's been a 2 or 3 year difference. So normally she wouldn't have the right charger. So like the everyday person is not going to have this charger. So when you say like people got 5, 6 chargers in drawers, they may, but like that's not. I mean, like I said, like you said, give it a year so that most people have it, and then take it out the box, then switch out.
And even I would go a step further, like. I think people would be more inclined to pay for shipping than paying just straight up $20. Like, I don't know, I just feel like asking people to pay for something that's a part of the device. It's not an optional accessory. It's not optional. It's not, right?
Eventually you're gonna have to charge your phone, regardless of whatever phone you got. Eventually, it's gonna need to be charged.
So it's not optional, right? So I don't think forcing me to pay for something that's not optional is a good look. So like, say, hey, if you go to the website and punch it in, we'll send you one. You just got to pay for shipping, $6. Okay, you know what? I can take that. That's not bad, right? But to say. I don't know. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Well, I know one thing that like I'm jealous of. One thing I'm jealous of Samsung is you guys have the best pre-order bonuses. Like if you pre-order the 21 right now, you get the wireless headphones and a case, or you get a lot. You get like 4 or 5 different things.
You get a lot of stuff.
Apple, you pre-order the phone, all you get is a receipt. Like it's nothing. You don't get anything special. So I'm saying like
I think Josh already
Apple
pretty much said how I feel
if
about
Apple
that.
would have pre-order, just you get the MagSafe charger, or you get just a block. Like you don't even have to do your new stuff. Something that would have helped. For the people who do pre-order, the people who do do like the Best Buy bundle package thing, like give them the charger. Do something, entice people. Like it wouldn't even be a bad thing if you did have to pay extra if it was, I don't know, some type of bundle deal or some type of, if you pre-order, then you get a code, and just like you said, just pay for shipping, we'll send you out one, something like that. But that wouldn't be a bad idea.
I personally believe that both companies are looking at it like, well, you know what, we the big dogs, we just gonna rip Band-Aids, because like what they gonna do?
That's definitely what it is. Right. It's a power move. It's like you're not leaving. Right. So
that's like,
I'm gonna do whatever I want to do, and then you're gonna accept it.
Right. You can say what you want to say about a headphone jack. Look, it's gone. Okay. Keep crying about it. QQ more. Right.
It's not Samsung. As I recently found out, Samsung is the #1 cell phone company manufacturer in the world.
Yeah.
And then Apple is the #1 in the US. So it's just like they don't care. They don't have to care.
They really don't.
It'll be different if this was like if y'all remember HTC. If this is HTC pulling a move like this, they would have been dead even sooner than they were. If Motorola tried something like this, it's not happening. Absolutely. But Apple, Samsung, they don't care. They don't have to care.
They don't care. And and Samsung really, really driving that point home, because on S21 they like, okay, so no charger in the box, no SD card slot, and no MST.
First of all, you gotta get rid of the SD card slot. You gotta get rid of that. Let that go.
You gotta let it go, right? I don't know. I'm saying like people lean on it. And I don't know why, but they do. But but I'm not one to tell people how to use their devices. I'm not one of them kind of people, right? I just know the SD card slot was a nice differentiator to say, hey, at least you can load up all your ROMs and stuff on this bad boy or whatever. But I mean, you can't keep appeasing people, and if it's making the phone cost more. I get it. And if it's making the phone thicker or it's causing some kind of issue with the build and the make and the integrity of the design, yeah, I ain't got no issue with that. I mean, I don't use it anyway, so it's not a big deal, right? But I just think removing all these, and listen, you know what? They did. Okay, listen, everybody was complaining last year, S20 Ultra cost $1 million, right? Everybody was like, oh my God, the S20 Ultra costs like a grip. And then now the phone costs $200 less. The S21 Ultra blows the S20 Ultra. It makes that thing look like a toy, and it's $200 less, but no SD card slot, no charger in the box. I think that's worth it. I think not having the SD card slot and a charger in the box is worth the $200 for what you get.
Definitely
for what you get with the device. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I mean, like I said, I haven't used SD cards, and besides like when I used to review phones, besides using those devices, I haven't used SD card in I don't know how long.
Right.
Nexus didn't have it for, I don't know if they ever had it except for like the first Nexus.
Right.
Pixel didn't have it. iPhone didn't have it. So like I'm off that train.
The only time I used to use it when I was moving things from my computer to the phone, but now you don't even have to do that no more. Like you don't even really got to even connect the phone to the computer no more. You can just move things between them. Like I mean, so I get it. I completely understand. I ain't got that. Don't have no issue with the charger thing. I got a little bit of a problem with only because of the way it was executed. Right? Not the act. The act of it, just like the headphone jack. I wasn't upset about that. I wasn't upset about that either because I saw what was going on. Apple sold truckloads beyond truckloads of AirPods, and Samsung wanted some of that money too, right?
But the headphones not even that big of a deal because they give you like the crappy headphones in the box anyways.
Right.
It's like you can buy headphones. You can do headphones is different for me.
Yeah.
Charger is like you have to charge your phone.
Yeah.
You don't have to listen to music with the headphones. You have to charge your phone though. Like that is going to get around it. And it's funny because Apple. They got the new MagSafe charger. It's a $40 charger. It doesn't come with a brick either. So it's like, hey, you can buy our new charger to charge your phone wirelessly. You still don't have to buy a brick. Like regardless, that's not. So it's definitely money. I wonder how much money they've gotten from doing something like this.
Yeah, douchebaggery at its finest. Don't nobody do it better, right? Okay, Keon, listen, this has been great, and I definitely appreciate everybody who came out to check out the show tonight. Definitely appreciate it. Let's close it on this. I don't know much about this. I just been following it kind of through social media posting. I've never really been paying that much attention to this, but it is something worth talking about. I just want to get your take. Maybe you've been paying close attention than I have. So this whole GameStop Reddit.
Let's talk about it.
Okay, so here's the thing. It says Reddit users claim victory as $13 billion hedge fund closes position, accepting huge losses. So apparently, some nerds figured out how to coordinate together and make a whole bunch of money off a stock.
You're calling me a nerd.
Well, I mean, I'm just kind of pretty much paraphrasing the article here. That's what I'm trying to do, right? So listen, that's my take from it. Like from what I read, these people got together, kind of like, and it was an organized effort. Because you couldn't do this individually. You had to do it as move as a unit.
Oh no, it required a lot of people to do something like this.
So and so they pulled this off. So what do you know about this? And like what's really happening?
I actually know a lot about it. I'm an investor. I invest in stocks. I invest in crypto. So I have money in there, just waiting for something to happen. And it's a situation of hedge fund people, rich people, people with money, people with a lot of money in the stock market.
Yeah.
All they do is, make their money higher, make their positions greater. And, people with less money or less wealth or whatever who are in the stock market are just like, I want, their money. If I'm only getting $600 stimulus checks or $1,200 stimulus checks, and I want to make way more money, I want to recover from the financial failure.
Yeah.
I need to join up with my people over here because these aren't like your everyday regular. I work at Target. I work at just like a I don't know, like a billing office. Like these are like you said, nerds. These are people
Right.
who are on the internet trying to finagle a way to make life happen.
Right.
So they're just like, hey, let's buy this stock, let's borrow this stock, let's short this stock, because the more you buy the stock of a company, the company's value is perceived higher.
Right.
Makes the stocks go higher,
Yeah.
makes your investment, grow. And it's like if you have a circle of friends and every time you give a friend $1, that dollar is worth more. We just keep doing that until the money goes up. Well, it's a finite amount of money. So if somebody's money is going up, somebody else's money has to be going down.
Right.
And where all the hedge fund people's money, their money's going down. It's just like, all right, we get to see what happens. Like we get to see how the government's going to react. We get to see how stockbrokers are going to react. And,
so the way I'm picturing this, right, is these old school.
Okay, I want to hear it.
These old school, uptight Wall Street guys who think they got the game figured out. Let a bunch of nerds outsmart them out of $13 billion because they were smart enough to know how to work together versus being a wolf on Wall Street. Because that's the way those guys move, right? It's all about themselves. Yeah. They're not gonna team up with nobody to do nothing. They move like individually like that, right? These guys claim that they got the game locked up. They've all been doing this. I've been a trader for years. I know what I'm doing. Nobody saw this coming. You know what I'm saying? Right?
And it's probably like if you keep poking somebody or if you keep gloating, if you keep gloating about everything that you got and then all of these people over here don't have it, eventually they're going to do something.
That's
like
crazy.
You may not think they're going to do something, but eventually they're just going to get pissed off. They're going to get annoyed. They're going to see all the stuff you got and they're like, I want a little bit of it.
Right.
Like, let me get some of it,
That's
Right.
It's crazy,
man. You're over here just like, oh, they're not going to do nothing. They rise up together.
Yeah.
And they start taking some of the money away.
It was ridiculous, man. Christina Cooper said, I learned everything I needed to know about the stock market from Animal Crossing.
That's right. Animal Crossing was one of those games that I actually started playing during the pandemic.
Okay.
I stopped playing it because I needed to stop. It was too much. But
yeah.
You can learn a lot from video games. Like I know we all know that, but
yeah.
It's surprising what you can learn.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you, somebody had put a meme up and it was supposed to be funny, but I looked at it like, okay, I get what they're saying. Because they put the meme up, and I'm paraphrasing, I forget exactly how it went. But they was talking about this exact situation about how Wall Street underestimated a bunch of WoW players from, the early 2000s. Like they used to sit up on Friday nights coordinating 40-man raids. Like this was nothing for them. You know what I'm saying? And like they was like, we've been doing this for you. Like, we know, like if we know how to say, I need you and you to tank the ball separately from the side of the room, then tank them down this way, avoiding the lava, do the safety dance at the same time. I need you to DPS burn this guy down at the same time, bring this DPS up. Look, if they can do all of that on a video game, this was nothing.
Oh yeah, they definitely gonna get together. They definitely know how to move together. They definitely have to plan. Right, like you learn a lot of stuff just sitting back and playing video games, watching movies, doing whatever.
Oh yeah.
So
this was absolutely.
I like it. I don't know if you've been following it though. If you have been following it, currently, GameStop stock.
Yeah.
Crap, I can't say it, but it's lost a lot of value. AMC has lost some value.
Yeah.
So, but it's all about the long game.
It is ridiculous.
If you ever get into stocks. And you're not doing day trades or future trading.
I'm scared of doing that. I remember when the stimulus talks first kind of broke out, like the first time the stimulus money came out, and they were so afraid that they didn't want. They was like, "Oh, we're afraid that a lot of this money gonna wind up in the stock market because a lot of people every American got stimulus money, right? But a lot of people didn't really need that stimulus money because they were doing okay, so it was extra money for them. They're like, I'll play with this in the stock market or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. So that's what they was afraid of, and then it ended up happening, anyway. But
no, I didn't lose my job or anything, thankfully. So I didn't necessarily need the money.
Right.
But so it was some stuff to play around with in stock and whatnot. But stock, everything is risky. So if you don't need the money, if it's to play around money for you, risk it.
Yeah.
Roll the dice.
Hey, listen, this right here has been amazing. Look, this whole thing, Keon, and I want to say it publicly because I want her to understand how important she was to this whole movement. Like Christina Cooper put out a tweet a couple months ago, And that's all it said. It said, bring Smart Guyz back. And you know what? I thought about it, and I thought about it, and I thought about it. And I like, you were doing your thing. I was doing my thing. We was dealing with a global pandemic. There's a lot of weird stuff going on. But I do realize one thing. Just like I got the same feeling that I got years ago when we was doing the show. It's the same vibe that I got, hanging out with our peeps, talking about tech, doing it our way. I want to thank Christina for planting that seed and getting the show back on the air. Congratulations, Christina. I'm glad you was able to get that done. You know what I mean?
I refuse to publicly give her any praise.
Oh, come on. Come on.
That's my homegirl. Right. And I love her so much. You know, I'm excited about her future with her life. I don't know if she wants me to air out all the great things she has going on.
Yeah.
But I refuse, and I will keep this going to give you any praise, even though I love you.
Wow, that is terrible, man. That's awesome. Hey. That is awful, man.
That's one of my best friends. I've known her for 11 years.
Yeah.
But, we got to keep our charade going.
I know that's right. Okay, well, anyway, listen. Look, this was fun. Listen, it was so much fun. I can't wait till we get together and do it again next week. Keon, go ahead and let everybody know what's going on with you before we go and get up out of here. Where they can find you.
Yes, sir. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Instagram. Instagram on Pink and Black Studios. That's my photography and personal. That's all of it. Twitter is Chaoser, just like you see on the screen there.
Yep.
So be sure to follow me. And I still talk about tech from time to time. I talk a lot about photography. And I just live life. That's what I'm doing now, is living life. Just trying to live my life to the fullest. So, Q, why don't you let them know what you're doing, where you're up to, what's going on with you?
I'm doing stuff. I'm slinging Samsungs. I'm doing that. I'm trying to be the number one Samsung brand ambassador on the planet. Also, doing podcast stuff. I've invested a whole lot of time and money on getting my podcast stuff off the ground. We're finishing up tonight. We'll be doing our season finale of Team Boy TV tonight, directly after the Smart Guyz Tech Podcast, for those who are interested. Also, got the Big Q's World podcast that I'm getting back off the ground. Me and the wifey got a podcast that we're going to be debuting next month, which should be good. So a whole lot of podcasting. Keep your eye on my social media, at Big Q's World on everything. Disregard what you see on the screen. That's old stuff. But it's at Big Q's World. And that kind of thing. Keon, this has been good, man. I cannot wait to do it again next week, bro.
Definitely. So we're gonna come back. We're gonna have we're gonna be talking about more stuff. Of course, we're gonna have some themes. We're gonna be we want to get some ideas from you guys. If you're in the know, if you're looking around on the internet and you say, hey man, look at this topic right here. I want to see what the boys got to say about it. Let us know.
Yeah, hit us.
We're always around. But yeah, Q. Can't wait to start getting back into the groove of things.
Yeah.
Getting my whole setup ready, because you should see how I jerry rig this thing. It is not looking good right now.
Right.
But hey man, I'm glad to be back. My guy.
But willing